Welcome to Spoop Squad, the podcast that watches horror films that go flop in the night. I'm Jared.
And I'm Nick.
And I'm Nathan.
So,
did you notice
everyone?
Did you notice I didn't say?
Yeah, I was gonna just walk right over it, but thank you for that.
Yeah, Spoop your life.
God damn. Okay. So, as everybody can tell, Hannah is not with us tonight. Hannah has decided to step away from the show, which we want to say, good luck on whatever you're doing after the show. But this was a very good opportunity to get somebody very exciting in on the show. But we decided to pick Nick. So, Nick, thank you for joining us on the show once again. Original Nick.
It's always nice
Original
to be,
Nick.
It's always nice to be the second string quarterback coming in because you're still getting paid.
That's right. You're like
we can cut that.
You're like Matt Castle.
Matt Castle.
Matt Castle.
Yeah.
We're not here for sport references.
No, but we are here for the horror movies. Okay, so this movie on IMDb, it's Willy's Wonderland from 2019. It's a 5.5 out of 10 on IMDb, and we watched this on Amazon Prime. I don't know that it's streaming anywhere else.
I don't know either.
I thought maybe it was on Netflix, but I looked.
It was on
Netflix.
Hulu originally.
Okay, so maybe it is still on Hulu.
Yeah, maybe.
We paid for it on Amazon Prime, but right after I paid for it, I was like, I could probably find this on another streaming platform, but I don't know. So maybe check Hulu before you pay for it on Amazon. But
it is on Hulu.
Okay, so then there you go. Mm-hmm. So you can watch it on Hulu, watch it on Amazon Prime, wherever you want to watch it. But all right, let's go ahead and get into a budget. We didn't really find a budget, so whatever.
Budget. I mean, I imagine it's higher than what you would expect.
Yeah, it's higher than most of our movies have been.
Stars like Nick Cage.
Yeah.
B, there's they're not really robots.
A lot of costume.
There's a lot of costuming. Yeah. So,
actual cinematography.
Yeah.
Actual lighting. Yeah, it's a pretty high budget.
Oh,
Nick found it. So $5 million.
You
could have
Googled
just said it. Yeah.
He just fucking Googled it.
Hey.
You suck at your job, Jared.
Hey, can we put me in talks for first string now?
Well, yeah.
There's still a QB competition going on. So, all right. Well, Nick, why don't you go ahead and give us a synopsis? Oh, come on, Nick.
Y'all made me Google some shit. I had to pull it back up. All right. A quiet drifter is tricked into a janitorial job at the now condemned Willy's Wonderland. The mundane tasks suddenly become an all-out fight for survival against wave after wave of demonic animatronics. Fists fly, kicks land, titans clash, and only one side will make it out alive.
Gee, okay.
That's good. Oh, look at you.
Fucking dropping the mic there at the end, too.
No, this is fun.
That's a really good synopsis
That
compared
really
to
good.
Majority of the ones that we've had on the show.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to bring us into one good thing.
Okay.
Nick, since it's your first episode back, why don't you go ahead and go first?
I'm going to go with it's a line where one of the animatronic evil demons just calls out one of the characters a fat boy just before he kills him, and just the delivery of it was absolutely fantastic.
I believe she says, "You want to fuck, fatty?"
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. She goes, "You want to fuck,
line.
fatty?" And it just had me.
It's
it
like
was fantastic.
It's a chubby kid, probably 12 years old, something along those lines.
And he's
trying
to grab on her boobies and stuff.
Just tries to grab some animatronic boobies, and
some small younger boys probably do, but this one decided to let him know not to do that.
Yeah.
In an interesting way, but
all right. So there are so many things that I could have went with in this instance for one good thing. But I think I'm going to go with, there's definitely a moment when the janitor, who is played by Nick Cage, comes in and Liv is fighting Cammy Chameleon.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that Nick Cage is going to come in and just fuck Cammy up, right?
Yeah.
But his watch goes off, and then he hands Liv a knife that he took from her earlier in the movie and just walks out the door.
Yeah, like a switchblade.
And she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That
It's
was
a
a
very
really good
good
movie.
moment.
Yeah, we all were laughing at that. So my one good thing about this movie is the soundtrack. It's all of the songs, because they're all, except for when they do Freebird at the end, they're all like original songs, and they're like takes on like children's songs or, and stuff like that. But they always like make it about Willy's Wonderland. But there's this one scene where it's just like, you know what, they just took this to a whole new level. And it's when the janitor is playing the fucking pinball during one of his breaks. It's before he like goes and fights Willy, and he's like going, like he's like dancing and having a good time. But
It's like
that
a
song,
synth pop.
yeah, it's synth pop. That song fucking ruled. So, I'm like, honestly, I'm gonna leave here and look and see if I can find the soundtrack.
It's probably on Spotify.
I really hope so, because that song, like, it fucking slapped. It was good.
I will say this: there is a second song that wasn't an original song, and that was Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes.
No, but they made it about the movie, or about the Willy's Wonderland.
Did they? I mean,
way.
I think they added a little bit to it.
Yeah, because
it was
they
definitely
definitely
the
added
same
to it.
song, though.
Yeah. I mean, they did like a bunch of songs that were like classic children's songs, but they changed it to make them about Willy's
they-
Wonderland.
I see what you're saying.
They like,
Yeah,
added
yeah.
in their own lyrics, I believe, is what they did to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they were talking about killing people.
Yeah, and like
Because that's what
their
happened
guts
in the movie,
and
Jared.
dismembering people. Yeah.
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 All right. Speaking of killing, Nathan, let's get the breakdown.
Here's the kill breakdown for Willy's Wonderland. First of all, I have 25 kills,
It's a lot.
but there's like
There might be more.
there is more, but there wasn't an opportunity to count them.
Yeah.
Also, there was, as you can imagine, this movie was a struggle to watch and do the kill breakdown at the same time, almost as bad as Lamageddon. One, Carl gets drug away in a hallway, kind of implied death. I mean, they tell you later that he died. And then I put Carl's friend, apparently that was his wife, screams and dies off camera.
Yeah.
And then
But you get a blood splatter.
You get a blood splatter on a TV. 3, Ozzy the ostrich gets beat to death by a broomstick and metal spine ripped out. Number 4.
The fucking the ripping out of the spinal cord was the best.
Yeah, that was very Mortal Kombat. Number 4, Gus the gorilla gets urinal stomped.
Like, for those who have not seen this movie yet, imagine American History X and
Like the curb stomp.
Yeah, the curb stomp, and he gets
But
curb
instead, it's a
stomped in a
gorilla with
urinal.
his face on a
Yeah.
urinal. Number 5 is Jerry Robert Willis, dressed as Willy, kills a kid into a birthday cake. And then Jerry and 7 of his friends kill themselves. So that's already well over,
those
but-
are the
I just put
the
'em
serial
together.
killers that do a ritual to put themselves into the animatronic bodies.
Yes. All right, and then number 7, robot bites a chunk out of a kid in a montage, which is immediately after, you want to fuck fatty. Number 8 is Nighty Night stabs Aaron. 9, Dan gets eaten by Tito and Sarah Siren. Siren, is it Sarah Siren or Siren Sarah?
Siren Sarah.
Siren Sarah. I kept doing that when I was writing my notes. Number 10, Nighty Night gets head bashed in and head cut off by the janitor.
Yeah, just completely decapitated.
Also, how come that sword never came back into play?
I don't know. That's
It
a very
should
good
have.
question.
It was awesome.
It served its purpose.
Yeah, it served its one true purpose. Number 11, Artie the alligator eats Bobby. Number 12, Kathy killed by Artie. 13, Artie gets jaws broken and CPU, like his brain ripped out through his mouth.
Yeah, but one thing you're completely skipping over is the fucking tongue wiggle.
The tongue wiggle was fucking awesome. Like, we all thought that he was going to rip the tongue out, and then his hand came out with like electronics. And I was
Yeah.
like, that was really disappointing. That's probably the most disappointing death in the movie. Number 14, Eric Miller as chewed up as a McDonald's hamburger. That was the actual line from the movie, so I used that. And then number 15, there's a bunch of dead kids in town because there was like 2 back-to-back like 1 second shots, and I'm like, okay. Number 16, dead drifter, which I guess was a biker that because we saw somebody named Biker in
Well,
the
yeah,
credits.
they just kind of did a montage of people they'd killed before, so there was a lot of, I think, unnamed deaths.
Yeah, so I just kind of was like, all right, dead people. Cammy kills 2 people with her tongue because they were like kissing, so she wrapped her tongue around their heads and then just kind of like broke their necks or whatever. Then there was another anonymous dead person. That's 18. 19, Chris gets neck snapped by Cammy's tongue. 20, Deputy Evan killed by Tito, the turtle. Cammy Chameleon gets head turned around.
Like neck snap, head turned
Completely
around,
spun
360.
around, yeah. 22, Willy sliced the sheriff in half, which was fucking
That
awesome.
was such a great kill.
23, Willy beaten to death by a sack full of sodas. I mean, to be fair, the sodas were called Punch Pop, which was awesome. That was a thing that I was not expecting to come back.
Yeah, and what was the tagline on
I don't
Punch
even
Pop?
remember. It was like
A fistful of caffeine.
yeah, a fistful of caffeine right to your mouth.
Yeah.
So and then Tex and Jed get blown up by Siren Sarah. She might also be dead too. It's unclear.
Not confirmed.
It's unclear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Tito gets run over and explodes into bits.
Yeah. There were a lot of really good kills in this.
Yeah, I mean it was nonstop, very fun
From the beginning,
Yeah,
which is really great. Like sometimes movies, they kind of like slow roll you into stuff, but they took the action and put it like right at the beginning,
yeah,
which
they
is always
definitely
nice.
did. Well, they're like, hey, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah. This is what this movie's going to be.
This is what we do, and what we do is kill many people in this movie.
Yeah.
Everyone just stopped talking, so I just kept going.
All right, well, let's get into some ridiculous moments because there are definitely so many to talk about. And the one that I wanted to start off with was Chris, who is a simp. That's the best
Straight
way
simping.
Yeah.
that we can describe him. Is he is falling for Cammy Chameleon's bullshit. Like Cammy Chameleon is telling him, "Oh no, I'm not like the others. I get teased, and I don't want to.
They call me
this.
ugly and make fun of my color changing skin."
Yeah, and he's like, "Okay, I can help you," and then she like just straight up just kills him.
Yeah, it was when Liv walks in and she's like, "Oh, murder boy."
Well, it was really sad because Liv didn't really seem all that worried that he died, which,
No,
you know,
she didn't.
that's what he gets for just basically kissing her ass and hoping that she'll respect him. But,
Yeah.
she could have shed a small tear. I assume they had a memory together.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Hopefully, shit. Didn't seem like a big town.
Yeah, she didn't really seem to give a shit about him in particular.
No.
Also, I love that like the character Aaron was literally just there to be murdered.
Yes.
He had nothing about him that stood out. It was like he was just there to get murdered by Nighty Night.
He was the one.
Pretty much.
He was the one, like, right as he was saying 6 kids, and then it went down to 5, and
Yeah.
then he got
Yeah.
stabbed, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he had any line. I think he had like looks of agreements when they were like arguing. He'd be like, "Yes, I agree with you," and you could see it by his look. But I don't think he actually had any lines.
Like they literally gave this guy no personality to the point to where I had to look at IMDb to figure out what his name was. Like the character name, but also I had to do process of elimination because his like profile picture on IMDb does not look like him. It's like straight up fucking like model glamour shot, and I was like, this has got to be the same guy.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
I mean, he was the first of the friends to die.
Yeah, he was the first. Which is, so we get this little song that Willy is singing about 6 kids, and what was it, like 4 roosters and 2 hens or something like that?
Yeah,
and then he's like,
it's
oh,
very
and then it's
specific.
like down to 5.
And you're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, and you're like, wait, somebody's dying.
Well, because you have 2 of the characters in a sex scene in another room, so you're
Yeah.
kind
In,
of
like,
like,
the
"Oh,
super
one of
fun room.
them's dead, right? Like for sure."
Yeah.
And then my guy, who I already forgot his name,
Bobby.
Bobby,
No, Bobby's the guy with Baby.
Oh, with
Aaron
Kathy.
is the
Oh, yeah,
but he
Aaron.
keeps calling her Baby, so that's all I know her as. Is Baby.
Yeah. Her name's Kathy.
No, it's Baby.
She's definitely referred to as Baby way more than she is referred to by her name Kathy.
Correct.
Dan did not know his name. The guy that looks like a young Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know.
Which
this guy's
doesn't
name.
get very much FaceTime in this movie at all.
No, and all of his acting was very Jordan Peele, like on Key and Peele. Like he just, same mannerisms entirely.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. The only one that we're really supposed to care about is Liv.
Yeah.
Oh my God, her name's Liv, and she's the one who lives.
You just realized that?
Yeah, I did.
I caught that
Nick,
way
Nick
earlier.
did not.
Did not catch that. I
Nick
just
did
got
not
it
catch
now.
that.
No, y'all didn't just see me
Oh,
catch
God.
it. I've absolutely got a ridiculous moment. I love every break that the
Janitor
takes.
We don't know what to call him.
Like, to me, it's fantastic. It's like, hey, look, when I have a scheduled break time, I'm going to take it. I don't give a shit what's going on with my job. If the place is burning down, it is my break time, which goes to your one good thing about when he gives her that knife to fight one of the robots because it's his break time.
Yeah.
And then he basically goes and has like a really weird, intimate game of pinball.
A very sexualized game
Like,
of pinball.
literally from the moment he finds this pinball machine, it is very sexual.
Yeah.
And
Not explained.
Yeah, and then they keep showing his break times, and he keeps... Like, that's also a funny thing, too, is that Tex, when he leaves, he's like, hey, take a lot of breaks.
Yeah. And I don't know why.
Yeah, it's not really explained, but it is very funny that he does take a lot
of breaks.
But because at first he's like set an alarm for when he takes his break, and he just is going in drinking his punch pop, and like it's almost like it's his medicine, but you also realize that this guy has been up. Like, it's not like he was just awake, driving during the day. Like, it feels like he's just jacked on fucking punch pop.
Oh, yeah. Nick had made a comment that it was his spinach.
Oh, 100%.
Like his Popeye's
yeah,
spinach.
100%. Because he always had one and then went to go kill a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I was thinking, there's like something special about this punch pop.
I do
and
like-
it's never explained. There's nothing but it's just caffeine.
Yeah, I do like that the robots respected his break time.
See, that's what I thought for sure Willy was going to show up at the end and not. And that's when we were going to get that final fight. I thought for sure he was going to be like, oh, I'm done and it's daytime. I can go. Going to have one more break. And that's when Willy was going to attack. And he was going to be like, so I got to finish this. I was so sure that was coming. But no, Willy, you're right. They respected that.
Yeah.
Just
Respect
so much
the
better
break.
than most
Look,
customers in real life.
They might be serial killers, but they're not Neanderthals.
Yeah, they need a break too.
Yeah.
Shit. They're
They
working too.
They need to find out what they're going to do, like how they're going to accomplish their goals.
Can we talk about how all of the robots were like it seemed like everybody was just getting absolutely murdered by them except for Nick Cage, who just absolutely destroyed every single one except for Willy, who just kind of beat him up for like in maybe 2 minutes. And then he came back and then just beat the shit out of him with the broomstick that was busted in half that he taped together, and then a sack full, like a burlap sack full of his punch pops.
Yeah. And I mean, this is immediately after the sheriff gets cut in half by Willy, which is like, I was like, okay. I mean, we were all sitting there thinking major boss fight.
Yeah.
And it was a little disappointing. The only thing that was good about it, in my opinion, is the fact that we got the one-eyed Willy joke at the end.
Yeah.
And I called it.
You called it early in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, we both thought that it wasn't going to happen.
I thought that there was a chance, but that it wasn't really like that big a thing. But
they didn't make it a big thing.
No, they definitely put it
get
in there to
Yeah.
get your one-eyed Willy joke.
Yes.
One-eyed Willy Wonderland. One night in Wonderland. One night at Willy's. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's, but one night at Willy's.
There you go. You did it. I'm glad we got to watch the process of you finding it on the podcast.
Your Willy is a Wonderland.
Wait, I know why. I've got it. You know why the sheriff was torn in half and the janitor wasn't? We saw him duct tape something to his chest. Obviously.
You kept bringing that up like it
because
was a
I thought for
thing.
sure something was gonna it was gonna have some relevance because they showed him do it 2 times.
No. They showed him taping himself once, but they showed the tape again when he was changing his shirt.
Oh, okay,
which
that's
was
what
a
it
funny
was, yeah.
thing because he changed his shirt after every time he killed one of the robots, which
If,
was
if
really
the
funny.
shirt got dirty, he changed it.
And then
Yeah.
the fact that he tucked it in the front so you could still see his belt buckle, that should have been my one good thing. God,
Yeah.
that was great. I loved that.
Yeah, he put the tape on his cheek when he got slashed by the ostrich, and then he wrapped it around his chest and abdomen after he got like that double foot kick by the gorilla, who immediately after kicking him went, "Gorilla greetings."
Oh my God. And when he gets thrown into the stall fighting the gorilla, and then he comes back out with a plunger and sticks it to the face, the sound of it just going
Yeah,
The sound of the plunger was
was incredible.
it was very good. I really thought that every single robot, because they did it with the first 2, so I just assumed that every single robot was going to have a catchphrase.
yeah.
Would have been fair.
Because
Seemed like it.
Yeah, because it was like, I'm gonna feast on your face, and then gorilla greetings. and I was like, this is going to be so good. And then they just kind of like had
Went away
conversations.
from it,
Yeah, except for Willy, who didn't talk at all.
Well, he talked when he wasn't really like moving around. He was just kind of like singing.
Yeah, but that could be the jukebox.
It wasn't, though.
Oh yeah.
You're like, no, we saw him singing.
I mean, his lips weren't moving.
His lips weren't moving, but it was
His
like we were talking about
ventriloquist.
the 6 Kid song.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was singing it.
that would not be in the jukebox.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, shit, we don't know what Willy got in that box.
You fucking idiot.
One of the things that I absolutely loved was Liv in the air ducts whenever she first goes into the building.
You know what? That was a moment that actually scared me.
Like her in the air duct and getting chased by Artie the alligator. Like, okay, first off, if you know me, you know I have a fear of alligators anyway. But getting
You're talking about an apex predator. Everyone should have a fear of
yeah.
them.
So she's chased by Artie the alligator in the air ducts, and she gets out, and like he tries to get out of the air duct, but he can't fit. So he's like chomping, and it's like such a good scene because he's like foaming at the mouth or like
yes.
And he was, like,
sliming at the mouth.
drooling.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It was pretty good. It was one of my favorite moments of the whole movie.
That was pretty good. But like when he popped up behind her, like the first time, and she didn't see him, I legit like jumped a little. I was, huh. It got me. Like no other moment like got me. Like that got me. And like it's pretty rare for me to jump at a movie, but like there's sometimes when there's like a jump scare where I'm like, oh, that was a good jump scare.
You know,
this one actually made me jump a little.
It's really interesting that you bring that up because there weren't a whole lot of jump scares in this movie.
There really weren't. Like the robots were just like, "What's up? We're here." And then they just like the first one just like the ostrich just walks right up to him and is like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna feast on your face."
Yeah.
And then it like, slices his cheek a little, and then he beats the ever loving piss out of it.
Ever living shit out of it.
Like the fact that he doesn't talk the whole movie, except for when he turns into Howard Dean when he's killing Cammy the chameleon, or he doesn't even kill her. He's just, yeah, it is when he kills her because he's like bashing her head against the machines on either side.
Mm-hmm.
He's grabbed her by, this is right before she dies. Yeah,
Yes.
because he kills her later. But yeah, it's when he comes in after his break, when his break time is over, and he comes back and saves Liv. But he's smacking her head against the things, and every time he's like, "Yeah, yeah," and that was really good. He did turn into Howard Dean for a moment.
It's not really like any dialogue because he has no dialogue in this movie. It's sounds.
Well, he does have when he drinks, and he goes,
Yeah, but that's not dialogue. That's
I
just
know.
sounds.
"I know," but you could spell it out. It's onomatopoeia.
Again, not dialogue. Nick Cage does not say a fucking word in this movie.
He does not.
Just saying.
They do make it very awkward at the beginning about it. They're like, oh, you don't talk much. I like that about you. And it's like, okay, we get it. He's not going to talk in the movie. But you do wait the whole movie for him to say anything, and he just doesn't.
Yeah, I thought for sure at the very end when Liv gets in the Camaro with him, I thought for sure he was going to say, you know, get in or something. At the very end, I thought we'd get one line.
He didn't even, like, nod at the car.
Man, and when you said, oh, he just realized she was there, I mean, I kind of bought it because he never looks at her. She just gets in the car, and he's so focused on getting back on the road that I could have bought it. I mean, the guy was just so ready to go. I mean, he also just killed a bunch of robots.
Yeah.
Might be a little distracted.
I want there to be a sequel to this movie with the same character, but, like, he doesn't go kill a bunch of robots. Like, maybe he goes and does something else. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe he gets a motorcycle and his head turns on fire. What do you think?
You know, when there was the shot of his sunglasses with the fire rolling over them, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, I almost feel like this was an intentional shot calling back to that.
Yeah. Because
this is a very good question. Is this the lead into Doctor Strange?
Multiverse of Madness, yeah.
Can you imagine the Avengers being called out to deal with Willy's Wonderland?
That actually would have been hilarious.
Which of the Avengers dies?
Black Widow.
Man.
Hawkeye for sure.
Yeah,
it's definitely Hawkeye.
Definitely Hawkeye.
I was thinking Hawkeye, but
I could see Hawkeye and maybe Falcon. I feel like he would go out.
Yeah, because he couldn't like fly around. He would.
Yeah,
just use
he's
his
trapped
wings as
inside.
shields.
I don't think he's going anywhere. Like, I mean, Iron Man's good. And Thor, he's just going to have a party.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think that if we did have Avengers coming into this movie, it would just be Avenger boots, like the whole movie.
Just be boots.
The guy that directed this must have loved that scene in The Matrix when they walk into the lobby just before the fight, right? Like, so he's like, when I do my movie, I'm going to do that every chance I get.
Or is just a Tarantino fan.
That too.
Yeah, I'm gonna show lots of shoes.
Because he does. Like,
Lots of shoes. That's probably the most expensive part of everyone's wardrobe.
They bought them
was
all
the boots.
expensive
Maybe.
boots.
He's
I mean, Tex had some pretty expensive boots.
he did.
Yeah, I think all of the kids did because I'm pretty sure didn't they do a shot of like all of them walking up at one point? I think everybody was wearing boots.
Yeah, they were walking out of the bed of the truck.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and everybody had boots. Even Kathy, or Baby, as some people call her.
The shot
Everybody calls her baby.
Oh my god, the shot of her going up the ladder. And then everyone was like, oh baby, nobody look.
Nobody looking. He's trying to cover her ass.
Yeah, every single scene with her in it was like over sexualized.
It's so bad.
Yeah. They were like, it's like the director was like, all right, cool, you're a slut, okay?
Yeah. That was his one
Great
note.
direction.
You are sexuality.
Just imagine you were always wet.
Like, yeah, whoa, like a slug.
sort of snail creature.
Some sort of snail creature in a leopard jacket.
Okay, that gives way too many images.
You are live action Jessica Rabbit, but without the witty comebacks.
All right, one thing we have to talk about is this fucking Slim Jim.
Yeah, the fucking the beef stick that this dude has been sucking on for years.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's probably a different one, but
why?
They
You
all
don't
look
think that
the
he
same.
just tosses it in the freezer at night and pulls it out
He
and,
might.
and sucks on it some more?
Yeah.
Because it's not like he puts like a little. Because it's Jeb. It's not like he puts or
the tow
Jed.
truck,
Yeah,
truck driver.
tow truck driver.
Yeah.
It's not like he puts like a little bit in his mouth. It's a lot of it.
Yeah, it's
And
like
it-
75% of the Slim Jim.
And it is a fat one. I think that like
Like we thought it was a cigar.
yeah, at first you're supposed to think it's a cigar, and then you just kind of realize that it's a fucking because then Tex walks up and he's gonna smoke a cigar, and he's like, "Oh, I thought you quit," and it's like, "Whoa, I mean, I thought you quit that fucking Slim Jim at some point, my man. Like, put that bad boy down. It's not even Slim Jim. That's fucking beef stick."
Right. I kind of want to go back to the bathroom fight scene, because before we get the fight, it's completely covered in graffiti.
Yeah.
And he just goes in with like a spray bottle and a rag, and this place is fucking immaculate.
Yeah, the bottle is degreaser.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy also could clean up literally anything.
Yeah.
After this,
I mean, he cleaned up that pinball machine.
which it was so satisfying when he's wiping the dust off the screen on
Well,
that.
he wiped it off the glass, and then it wasn't even like it was just like perfectly
No
clear
streaks.
underneath. Yeah,
No streaks, just one perfect wipe. It was
Yeah.
like a commercial for Windex, to be honest.
but it was his bare hand when he
Oh,
first
did
wiped
he
it.
not
Yeah.
use a rag? That's even better.
Yeah,
No, I think he used a
his
rag.
bare
He
hand.
he
Watch the tape.
Spit on his hand a little
I'll
bit.
have to rewatch it. I'm pretty sure it was a rag.
Watch the tape, bro.
There's definitely a lyric in one of the songs that says, "Dance like there's ants in your pants."
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was very good. Okay.
Like something like just the lyrics to some of these songs are absolutely hilarious.
They were hilarious. They were brilliant though, because they were like worked into where you're like, oh my god, you know, like that was super smart. And if I wasn't paying attention, I would never have caught that.
Yeah.
I like when Bobby and Kathy are fucking in the super fun room, and not because they're fucking, but because like they're doing it, and then she goes, that alligator's watching us. Like they did. It's standing in the doorway that they walked in to get into the room. And then Bobby's just like, yeah, let him watch. Get nasty, baby. he's like, you get nasty. And then she's like, oh, it just moved. And he's like, what?
But also, these kids were all fully aware that these robots came to life and
Yeah.
killed
Yeah.
people. But they're like,
They all
nah,
knew.
don't worry about it. My man was on a mission. He was not worried about anything
That's
else.
right.
I mean, that you bring up a very good point. Like, why would they put themselves in these situations where it's like, oh, we can just get picked off at any moment?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and then it seemed like for the most part until towards the end when 2 or 3 of them were active at the same time, it was one at a time. And like
Yeah.
there were 6 of y'all. And if you'd stayed together, I don't think it would have been that, you could have survived. You saw one guy already take 2 of them out,
yeah.
and y'all weren't unwilling to fight back. So I don't know. I just wanted these kids to survive because they were such well-written characters.
They're so well fleshed out.
So deep and
So
very
relatable.
rich
we understand
backstories.
everything they want. Their motivations
Yeah.
are very clear. Well,
Yeah.
for Chris anyways.
Chris for sure had motivation.
Chris, Aaron.
Liv,
So Liv has a good backstory.
she does.
Yeah.
She
Because those
didn't
were her
portray a lot
parents
of
that
emotion.
died at the
Yes,
beginning
Carl
of the movie.
and his wife were
Yes.
Liv's parents. I'm assuming adopted parents, but parents nonetheless.
Why are you assuming adopted parents?
Because she is a person of color and they were not. They were just 2 white people.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I'm going to side with Jared on this one.
Okay. I mean, I'll let you have it.
so
Oh, Liv's mom does have a name. It's Olga. No, it's Judy. The real life actress's name is Olga.
I was going to say her name's Olga. Did you still want to stick with the biological parents thing?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, real quick question. How long does it take that fucking tow truck to get there at the beginning of the movie?
I
It
don't know.
seemed
How
like-
long does it take?
It seemed like it was probably
Most
about
of the
like
day.
8 hours.
Yeah, because the sun, because
In
the
this
sun,
small town.
He does just stand there after crushing a punch pop.
but
and-
that's by design.
And then you watch the it
You
is
watch
definitely
his
by design.
shadow
You watch
move
his shadow
from
completely move.
left to right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the day is passing by. I mean, it was just another reason to have boots in the shot.
Yeah, but he also didn't move.
He did not move.
He did
an
not
inch.
move. He was ready for more of that punch pop.
Yeah. But we were just sitting there waiting as his car broke down. He had 2 flat tires, but
Oh,
No, 4. They later say 4.
it was all 4 of them?
Yeah, because he did drive completely over a spike strip,
Yeah.
which Jed called a zigzag.
yeah. I
He
think
did call it a zigzag.
it
you're
looked
right.
like 2 because when we saw it happen, it was on the one side
It
of
was
the car.
only on the
so
one
yeah,
side,
but
yeah.
you're right. They did call out that it was all 4 later because that was really all the damage. But I guess supposedly there was also
like
engine issues.
Issues. I don't know
It was
how.
a computer problem. No, I mean that was the lie though,
Yeah.
because
I
he's
guess.
like,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're right.
Because he's like, well, it won't be ready. Because if it's just tires, like Yeah, man, your tires will be fine in
Pretty-
like an hour.
Yeah, you can probably just patch those right up, right? Spike strips that cops use. I'm sure you can just throw a patch in them. They're good.
I mean, you just put new tires on it.
But what if he doesn't have those tires? He's not going to downgrade. Have you met this guy? Not met
Yeah,
this
he
guy, but you spent a
definitely
whole movie with him. He's not going to downgrade. It's the one thing he loves in his life is his car.
Yeah.
And his punch pop, actually.
And his punch pop.
Yeah. And apparently pinball machines.
And his daughter.
Yeah, he makes love to
doesn't have a
pinball
daughter.
machines. He doesn't just love them.
He loves pinball. Yeah, I said daughter, and no one said anything. And
No.
now it's going to be on the show, so I felt like I had to clarify that he doesn't have a daughter,
He doesn't.
but now he has a live. He has a will to live.
I will say, so there is a, when all of the teens arrive, or the kids, there's not really like a good indication of exactly how old they are.
We don't know how old they are.
I just like
really.
that you are now like a full adult when you're like when all the teens arrive.
I don't know, man. I just don't know what all the kids, the teens, you know.
What's up, fellow teens?
What's up, fellow children? No, but they, so Liv goes in alone so that the five of them can try to find a way out. But, of course, then some stuff happens. So they're like, well, we're going to go in. Or Chris convinces everybody we're all going in, right? So they get into this argument on the roof.
No,
And-
Chris doesn't convince anybody.
Well, they're all on the roof.
Kathy
and-
was the one
yeah.
who climbed first, and everybody looked at her butt, including us.
Yeah.
But they just, my man Chris is like, look, we're going in. What was the other guy's name that was with Baby?
Bobby?
Bobby, he's over here like, look, man, like, you can't kiss her ass. He's honestly speaking the truth. He really is. Like, he's like
Yeah.
the voice of reason here. Like, dude, we're all going to fucking die if we go in here.
Yeah.
But then when he turns to walk away, being the bigger man,
Chris
my
decides
man
to
Chris
tackle
says,
him.
no, I have to save this girl that doesn't give a shit about me. And just like
Yeah.
full on tackles him. And then they fall into the ball pit. And I thought for sure somebody was going to die in the ball pit. And they didn't. And I'm still let down. But
Nobody died in the ball pit,
nobody. And I was like, dude, how do you have an entire ball? Now, granted, somebody did die in the foam pit later.
and
Yes.
everyone in the hot tub is dead.
Nick was not here for
Nick
that
wasn't here for that, but that
No
still
idea
is
what he's
funny.
talking about.
We're just gonna watch Lamageddon after this, just for funsies.
I mean, the whole movie was ridiculous moments. Yeah, I
It was just constant. That's why it's hard to like remember because it's like
because if we start talking about one, it just bleeds into the next one, and there we
Right.
are. It was, yeah. I mean, it was one giant. I mean, it was animatronic. It was Chuck E. Cheese coming to life and killing people. So the whole thing was absurd.
Right.
So while watching this, it's pretty hard to avoid the Chuck E. Cheese comparison, right? So I'm curious if you guys think if both groups, squads, crews, whatever you want to call them, of animatronic beasts were inhabited by demonic serial killers, would Chuck E. Cheese's crew or would Willy's Wonderland come out victorious? What are our thoughts here? And also, do y'all even know the names of the rest of Chuck E. Cheese's crew?
I'm looking it up right
don't
now.
know the rest
So-
of the names.
Okay, so we have Chuck E. Cheese, we have Helen Henny, who I believe is a chicken.
Yeah, she's a hen.
We have Mr. Munch.
The
No
purple
idea.
guy?
Yeah. We have Charlie Rocket, which is Rockit. Pasquale, Jasper T. Jowls. And there's Chuck E. Cheese again. And Dr. Zoom. I don't know why there's... Oh, my God, guys. Oh, my God. You please look up these pictures. Because this is amazing. You know what? I might actually have to give it to the Chuck E. Cheese crew.
How many total in the Chuck E. Cheese crew?
I'm seeing 5 in one picture.
So Willy's got them outnumbered then, right?
Yeah,
So it
they've
was
got them
8.
outnumbered. But we do have a man who looks like he makes pizzas. I mean, he looks like some like very like racist Italian like pizza chef.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like if somebody was like, "Hey, dude, for Chuck E. Cheese, we basically need Mario
It's
in
like-
an apron."
Yeah.
If we hear me out. We make a guy who looks like Mario, but he definitely also looks like uncooked pizza dough. Oh my God, no, it makes sense too because they have pizza at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Whereas Willy's Wonderland had hot dogs.
They had hot dogs.
We saw hot dogs for sure.
And rage.
And
Lots
rage.
of rage and bloodlust. They serve that shit up all the time.
Almost some cum.
I'm
going to be honest. I think Sarah
I'm
Siren
guessing-
solos all of Chuck E. Cheese's crew.
yeah.
Although they stick together.
She's kind of a badass.
Yeah, but Willy's crew splits up. They like to divide and conquer, and I feel like Chuck E. Cheese, they always perform at the same time, so they feel like they're much more coordinated.
Oh, wait, I definitely have found a
They're
more
in sync.
comprehensive list.
Of the Chuck E. Cheese crew.
We've got Chucky, who's a mouse. We've got Jasper T. Giles, who is a dog. We have Pasquale, who is the pizza chef. Helen Henny, who is a chicken. Mr. Munch, which I think is a dinosaur, maybe.
Is he the purple dude? Isn't there
Yeah.
like a big old... Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
it's gotta be
Krusty the
Mr.
cat. There is Madam Oink.
The cat.
Yeah, Madam Oink.
it's scary.
Foxy Colleen, who definitely is like a sexualized fox. Sally Sachet. I'm not sure what she's supposed to be, but she do got some like some sort of taffeta lips on her. And then there's Harmony Howlett, which is some sort of cowboy wolf. There's Dolly Dimples, which is a hippopotamus. Artie Antlers. Oh, I thought that was blood coming out of his nose. I think he's a deer or a moose. King Cat, which looks like a gorilla, which is funny. There's BB Bubbles, elephant. The Beagles, which is a group of dogs that are like the Beatles, but they're the Beagles.
I didn't realize Chuck E. Cheese rolled this deep. Never mind. I'm changing it. He's
Yeah,
got
yeah,
numbers.
Yeah, he's got numbers.
I got
Yeah.
He's got a crew.
Well, I got like a whole row left too.
Okay,
There's
let's cut it there because
No.
we already know that
the
he's
king,
got the numbers.
the four little shavers.
The what?
Yeah, no,
I don't know,
because
those guys
I did
sound
not
kinda
want to get
badass.
cut before I said the four little shavers.
Those guys sound pretty fucking awesome.
It's like a barbershop quartet. There's the Beach Bowsers, the Warblets and Mopsy sisters, Miscellaneous, and prop characters. They just end it with that.
So people just come
But
and go.
look at this Miscellaneous and prop characters, like sad ass fucking duck is so goddamn funny to me.
Oh my god.
I did not want to. No, I needed to get through this list. No, they
That's
definitely have the
ridiculous.
numbers.
Like, it has to be from previous iterations of the group, right? This can't be all on one stage.
Oh, definitely not.
anywhere.
No.
I mean, they could. Who
No,
knows?
I don't believe it.
They got little windows and shit. People pop out them windows. You got that.
Yeah, I don't think.
Nightmare Pig.
I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese in so long. I'm going to defer to y'all on this one.
Okay, look, if we're talking about like the full crew for Chuck E. Cheese,
This is
I think they got it.
Yeah.
I mean, like Nick was saying, I'm sure they're probably gonna get a plan together, stick together, and they have the numbers.
And they have the numbers that not only that, they can form a group to go fight, and then they can still have a band putting music on to support their guys on the field, Like they're
the drummers in the
exactly.
Civil War. Yeah.
They're way more organized. I really do think Willy's Wonderland is going down. But Sarah Siren is at least taking 2 people with her.
Oh yeah,
For
she's
sure.
creepy as
She is
fuck.
fucking super creepy. And she was willing to blow herself up to get 2 at the end. You can't fight that kind of crazy. Like they will take you with them.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think we're all on board. Chuck E. Cheese and his band of brothers takes this, right?
And
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. They might be creepier than Willy's
little bit.
Wonderland.
That's fair. All right. I mean, I think that's gonna kind of wrap it up on this one. There are still some moments that we missed, but there's too many.
Yeah, there's way too many. This movie is so full of stuff.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna bring us into the ratings. Nick, what are you gonna give this movie?
I'm giving this a fucking skull, dude. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. I would watch this movie right now again.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't think it's surprising at all.
I mean, dude, you're watching Chuck E. Cheese kill people.
Yeah.
Well, and get killed.
Yeah, you're watching One Night at Wani's.
Yeah, like
No, not Wani's. One night at Willy's. God damn, man, I can't do it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've already said a lot of good things about this movie, and I don't really think there's too much else to say. I mean, the characters don't mean shit, but that's not what you're here for. You're here to see Nicolas Cage just kind of be Nicolas Cage and kill some robots.
And not say a single fucking thing.
Yep.
Not say a single thing and act real weird and like do a really bad De Niro impression with his mouth the whole movie.
All right, Nathan, what about you? What's your rating?
I went with Nick. I definitely am giving this a skull. I'd watch it alone. I'd watch it with other people. I would tell other people to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Skull.
I'm right there with you. No tiptoeing around this one. This one definitely gets a skull. 3 skulls. Go watch this movie. It is great.
Yeah, it's super fun.
To be honest, watching this with friends is only going to make it better too.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, we were just cackling like idiots the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, if you have to watch it by yourself, this is one that you can watch by yourself.
Oh, you're still going to enjoy it solo, but just that having your friends around to laugh with you is definitely going to make that so much more.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to join in the conversation, if you want to tell us how much you love this movie or if you hated it, well, you're wrong, and you want to talk about it, why don't you just hit us up on Facebook at The Squad Podcast or on pretty much every other social media at Spoop Squad, and you can email us at spoopsquad@gmail.com.
The fuck is that?
The new one.